Oh, look who we've got to chat to. It's Dereck Chisora. He's got a fight planned for West Ham's Upton Park on the 14th of July against none other than David Haye. Mr. Chisora, thank you for joining us on Sky News this afternoon. Why have you decided to fight again?
Because the public say they want to watch this fight, so we decided to give the public what they want to watch.
John Desborough, my colleague, is with me as well, and I know he's got one or two questions for you. I'm sure you're happy with that.
Dereck, it's going to be a big night against David Haye.
Yeah, it's going to be a big night, you know. It's going to be on Box Nation. You know, I can't wait to fight this guy and knock him out.
But there's a lot of people worried that it's actually happening in the first place, bearing in mind what happened the last time the pair of you got together.
You know, it was just a bunch of kids in the playground, you know, just trying to be bullies. But now we passed that now. We signed a contract, and now we just have to fight in the ring.
I'm just looking at pictures of you, Dereck, while we're chatting to you, and there's a fence put between you during the news conference. What was all that about?
Pardon, what did you say?
I said there's a fence between you during the news conference a little bit earlier on. Was that necessary?
Oh yeah, you know, David Haye talks a lot, and I don't like people who talk a lot.
What might have happened if the fence hadn't been there?
I didn't hear you. Can you repeat that, please?
I certainly can. I was just asking you what may have happened if the fence hadn't been there.
They're probably going to have a fence in the ring as well.
Dereck, when are you going to get your licence back from the British Board of Boxing Control? I know, Frank, your manager's managed to do this via Luxembourg, who have the right pieces of paper and authority, but presumably you need to have British backing eventually for your career, don't you?
It don't matter what license you get, you know, as long as you can box, that's fine. You know, when the board decide to give me my license, they're going to write a letter and say, you know what, Mr. Chisora, you can come back and have your license.
Is that likely to happen?
Oh, yeah.
Based on what, Dereck? Because it doesn't look as though they want to give you your licence back at the moment. This is your opportunity. You're on live television. What would you say to them?
You know, in life sometimes you have to you make mistakes, and you know the first thing I want to apologize to all the public out there was what happened in Munich. You know, me threatening to kill David. You know, I never owned a gun and I never will, and I want to apologize. Those were the words came out of my mouth. I didn't really mean it into heart, and I do apologize for that. And if the board are listening, I want my license back.
Dereck, the British public, I know, would like another boxing hero, another Henry Cooper, another Frank Bruno, another Lennox Lewis. Are you the right man to join that list?
You know what? I fight. When I lose, I don't blame you on my toe. I don't blame you on any injuries I got. I just say, you know what? A great man won today, and I'll be back. You know, and David Haye, when he fights, he blames it on, oh, I lost because of this happened. You know, I'll let the British public decide. I'm not going to say I'm going to be the man, but I'll let them decide themselves. But
you know what, Dereck? We've spoken to David Haye a couple of times, and he says that basically you're just punching above your weight and you're not up to this fight.
You know, you all heard it before from David. David is all talk. He reminds me of a dog I got. His name is Milo. He barks a lot, but he hasn't got any teeth in his mouth.
What happens after the fight at West Ham, Dereck, if you win that? What's the future hold for you?
What happens, me and David are going to go out for dinner and party.
That's not going to happen, isn't it? But is there some sort of title involved with this fight, or are you doing it just for the purse, Dereck?
Nah, this is pride.
How much is that worth?
How much is your job worth to you?
Quite a lot, actually, especially as my bank manager thinks it is. What about yours?
My accountant is excited and my bank manager is excited as well.
But how important is it to you to try and get your licence back here in the UK so you don't have to go through the back door, you don't have to go around the back and get it from Luxembourg?
You know, it's very important. I would love to get my license back, you know, and I think in the future I'm going to definitely get my license back.
Well, the fight is, what, the 14th of July?
Middle of July. Wish you the very best. Give our best regards to David Haye, Dereck, because he told us he was off to America to retire.
Yeah, right. You know, everybody always says they're retired and for them to get a big purse. And I think this time he's got a big purse now, so he's come out of retirement.
And a final thought.
On Box Nation.
What do you say to those people who say that you brought boxing into disrepute after what happened in Germany?
Oh, you don't want to know what I think about those people.
Oh,
so
I do.
I'm just going to say, you know what? Mazel tov to them. No, you don't want to know.
Yeah, I do.
You don't want to know.
I do.
Tune into Box Nation and you'll find out. We're going to be doing 24/7.
It's a good answer. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Frank Warren schooled him well.
He has, hasn't he? I mean, you know, there are allegations that he's brought the game into disrepute. Can he clarify those and clear them up in the ring?
Well, the Border Control didn't like what they saw in that press conference afterwards because they don't like people whose profession are boxers and whose nationality are British to be doing stuff like that. But, you know, as Frank Warren said, there are a lot of worse things that go on in his mind in sport in Britain right now. There are a lot of worse things that go on in the world than what happened after that press conference in Germany back in Munich. And, you know, this is the nature of boxing, isn't it? You know, controversy has been with boxing for years and years and years.
But if that fracas hadn't happened after the fight, then this fight would never have happened,
exactly.
would it? Because, I mean, Chisora and Haye, you would never have gotten them in the same
The
ring.
moment it happened, the moment it stopped, everybody said that'd be worth seeing in a ring, wouldn't it? Which is why some people today are joking that, you know, now, me included, here they are, they're going to have the chance to fight with gloves on without carrying bottles of water. But what I wanted to do was put him a more serious question about the heritage of British boxing, which is something that the British Border Control will be interested in. Sir Henry Cooper was a British champion, Frank Bruno was a British champion, Lennox Lewis all these have been great British heavyweight boxers. The public now wants another one, you know, for the 21st century.
Well, he felt that he was up to that challenge, didn't he?
Well, he's got a fair way to go, I would say.
Thank you. We'll see you.